And right now, the thing that's good that they have is that they have the Paranoian as well as Leers. So they're just going to explode to try to take this retake, which could be huge, but it starts off with the DK, unfortunately. So you still have one player that's low on HP, but they're holding their grounds for FaZe. So far, though, as they're playing super passively, TSM are doing very good to retake this site.
Oh, massive hardware and equipment advantage for FaZe. TSM, though, still getting into position. You've got Drone already leading out. Corey takes down Subroza, goes for the dismiss. Kind of baits out the peek from Drone. babybay is waiting underneath, and the pieces continue to fall. Rawkus with a nice shock dart kill onto Hazed, and Wardell will die through the cyber cage. They've gained access to A, and this is what they wanted, or so they think. They've still got one on this A site, so babybay is going to get in position. That's a free kill, but there's a peek that could come in from Drone that could completely rip this round apart. They don't have the clock time, so now it's all up to Drone. Drone's got to get this first kill. There's the first one, and now they have to stick the spike, but they have to worry about Drone, who's still on the site. Now, they do get on the other side of that box while Wardell was going on a killing spree, but it's brought it all down to one. It's babybay who falls and leaves Rawkus alone in the 1v3. Post-plant, first kill's going to be his, and he'll upgrade as well to a Phantom from the Spectre. And now he's got the recon dart to try and pick out some positions. Players already on the site, but the spike's planted on the other side of these boxes. It's not exactly set up for him. So the shock dart comes through, goes to go for the swing, pulls off the spike with just a second left. Had an opportunity to just secure it, but a nice shot from Wardell to finish off the 3K on the round. Rocking the Bulldog as Sova. Doesn't have as much stopping power as some of the other rifles. We'll see what they decide to do.
They're going to split eventually. This has to be a big position from Cutler. Yes, it works out, but it's quickly traded out. Hazed hasn't come up huge right now in the back of the C site.
Yeah, look at his position. He's actually up on top of the boxes, so he uses that shadow step to get into a better position, but he can't really make a move at this point. He has to wait until they try to cross, and there you go. That's exactly what he's set up for. Now, there is still one more in garage, but that player is now isolated and alone. ZachaREEE by himself, 89 HP tucked in the corner. Paranoia comes through, and that is just a flawless retake coming in from TSM.
Who they should keep alive is also Cutler. Cutler as that Sova with the dart is going to be a key component for the team for these retakes.
And there's the ult being popped as well. We knew we would see it come out. Hunter's Fury being sent in both directions. Who's going to get the pulses out first? It's Rawkus this time around. He traces that lightning beam back to its source. And that's a kill they desperately needed as it makes things 4-on-4. Now Hazed spots one right around the corner. There's the ult being popped by Drone. He tries to run into position, but gets taken down before he can even spend a bullet in that spot. ZachaREEE with great shots coming out from the Sheriff, but it still lands on one player, and Wardell is just too quick with the operator. TSM survives. Oh, babybay is in position with the operator as well, sitting up on top of the double boxes. There's the dart to come out to give away positions. Won't actually land a pulse onto babybay, who can stay in the spot that could end up being Cutler's demise. There's the ult being popped as well to allow them into a better position. Now Drone goes down in hell and doesn't really get much done. Subroza will pick up one kill, but Hazed is taken down as a response from FaZe. So it gives FaZe a 3-on-4 advantage in their favor, and they've also popped Empress on Reyna. So they've got that increased fire rate and escapability. It gets real interesting here as you've got Reyna coming in from TSM on the other side towards Long with the Jet babybay holding with the operator. It seems like TSM isn't getting the opportunities they were hoping for. That's what they needed, though. They needed something to come through. Ooh. But did it take too long? Subroza finds that opener, but the rest of the team is unable to get into position. Cutler now dropping ZachaREEE, but it's lost. The clock has ticked too far away, and they can't get back in time. And you can see them already moving away from the site. Now Subroza's going to try and get some pickoffs here, do some econ damage, goes for the dismiss, and actually manages to escape. That's huge. I didn't think there'd be a spot for him in that corner, but in fact there is. So right now, FaZe has actually put themselves in a decent position. Even though it's even strength and damage is dealt, they've managed to pull TSM off balance, shifting a lot of that weight on the defense over to A. And now you see Subroza slowly trying to sneak his way back into C. I don't think Rawkus is going to be prepared for this. This should be the execution. Beautifully played from Subroza. Now with 30 seconds left, they really have to get in to try to fight this, but Subroza also has to be careful. His team is so far away and there's so many positions they could be in. Now that he knows he's got to watch out. They throw the dart cover down to give him a little bit of more staying power, and there he finds himself now in the one-on-one on the site, and resources now shifting over in that direction.
Clear the site, make sure that they get the pulse plant positions after. But unfortunately for that, Subroza took advantage of it and got a big 3K, and Subroza goes with another early kill onto babybay at the garage.
And when Subroza starts to really feel it and gets aggressive like this, it's very difficult to stop, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Sure, this is just an eco, but it's a chance to build up that confidence and get himself in a much better position. Now, ZachaREEE has been really hitting his shots, especially with the Sheriff. Gets a little too overzealous and gets stuck in the corner. Cutler's kind of like, where did you come from? How did you get there? Corey with the backstab, but now it's just Corey alone.
I have this
and the spike just being picked up, but 10 HP remaining.
So that's an early sewers control from FaZe Clan, but the thing is, look how pushed up Subroza is too. So he could go for a fast rotation. They finally don't have a neural theft that's going to stop them down as well, but this is going to have to be huge from Subroza right now. The only thing is, Marv is also on his own flank.
Oh man, Subroza comes up empty-handed, not exactly what one would expect. And things not looking so promising here for TSM. As FaZe Clan has the 5-on-3 in the 5-3 scoreline round. Cutler does pick off babybay, making it a bit more manageable. Drone still on the site as well, jump clearing currently. Oh, almost caught out guard. Has to be careful. There's the Lear to lead them in. Curveball around the corner. Nice flash as well coming in from Drone, who still gets picked off. Goes a little bit too wide on the swing, and that puts all the pressure on Cutler. And now Hazed is alone. It's a 1-on-4. This round is definitely phased to lose. As you see Hazed pick off Corey, that's the Empress ult being taken out of the equation. Hazed caught off guard though. Marved was already up in heaven.
When it comes down to the 1 versus 1 skill-wise, the FaZe Clan does have that firepower necessary. Ooh. Now as a unit, they're looking a lot better too.
A trade back and forth, but again, FaZe has the advantage in the round from a numbers perspective. Good damage being dealt here as Wardell picks off one more on the cross. That's Subroza going down. That's going to be a big loss, and that's also the neural theft coming out. So that puts Wardell in a really interesting position. Puts a ping down and then changes spots. But right now, FaZe is kind of all over the place. You got a player garage. You've got one in mid going towards B. And you've got Omen back in spawn. Now, it's going to come down to this battle in mid. That's a huge kill for Drone. So there's the spike. Dedication coming in on the plant. Dark cover goes down. Wardell gets vertical up atop over that smoke. Good thing for him that he didn't try to sneak inside it. He's still waiting for his teammate to come into position. And Wardell seems to think that somebody could be hiding inside this, so he's being patient, waiting for it to dissipate. Once it does, it's time to move in. There's the flash around the corner. Great setup from Drone. Pick off from Marv, but he's not able to survive in the 1-on-1. Again, the HP from Marv just a little too low. Drone caps off the 3K. And it's a round win for TSM. Babybay's gonna pop the blade storm and pull the knives out, try and slice and dice here. There's a blaze wall down, and there's 2 targets waiting on the other side. babybay tries to get vertical. That dart is gonna give away his position, and that's gonna be his teammate dropping as babybay has to back off to avoid the death that would be coming his direction. Good damage dealt as well to babybay at 46 HP. Now the pistols have been on point for ZachaREEE, but not this time around. babybay with a nice pick-off as the knives are actually proving to be somewhat deadly here. And now that's an upgrade and another kill coming out from FaZe. TSM has watched their defense fall. A missed shot from babybay gives them more opportunity to move in, and Subroza takes advantage. But this round shouldn't even be at this position. It's come down to now a 1v1 as Hazed has to dodge the ult and unfortunately goes right into the path of Rawkus. That is a huge thrifty round win from FaZe.
But from picking up that operator just before he missed that shot on that player rotating from spawn side, he also saw the barrel of the gun of the second player, so they knew they were both towards spawn. And now they continue the aggression, but this time it's changed. Instead of going towards the A side, they're pushing towards C for the first round in like 12, where they're just trying to rush towards the C side. So TSM doesn't see that coming. They get 2 openers on top of that, an open sight in a 5-on-3.
You know, we talked about this, that economic pressure that FaZe has kept up on TSM, and you can see it now illustrated accurately in this round as they come into the final round of the first half with nothing but a couple of pistols, and now it's been down to just a few players left standing. Wardell tries to do what he can.
So they are pushing into this B side. You do have a spike plan from Wardell. They're playing a passive retake for FaZe Clan, and the only thing that they have so far is Marv looking to get the smoke towards the front, and probably a paranoia in the end too. But it's a bad smoke. There's a gap in the open. position. Subroza gets the first kill, and that's just open season now for TSM.
It's going to be a difficult retake for them now, 5-on-3. And they're just trying to get on top of that spike, and that hot hand's going to make it even harder as Drone burns ZachaREEE alive. Now the molly's faded. Corey's trying to go back out and peek to go for that defuse, but it's all on Corey, and despite some great pink shots coming out on the pistol, the round is over and lost. But not quite comparable to what's being done on the other side. See, Hazed was low on HP as they now continue this push towards C. There are two players here. Great fat paranoia coming out. That blinds pretty much everyone. That's the beauty of those choke points and an Omen in that position. Now Drone will pick off Marved. There's still Corey around the corner. It's actually ZachaREEE who comes in with the classic, but they make it look easy.
That first win versus Subroza. Now he has an off angle on the top here, but his position's given away. Not only because it's not pulse from the arrow, but he had to shoot it out. So he runs away from that position. They're trying to get the spike plant, but he's creeping back inside the smoke and gets the kill. Gets a second one onto Drone, trying to push into the third as Wardell's forced on a reload, and ZachaREE's the one that claims his life. That was huge there for FaZe Clan to be able to come back into this round. So this forces TSM on an eco, and they're not afraid of anything so far as Marved himself tried to push forward on a lurk, but he gets punished by Hazed. Vandal's gonna get picked up. Rawkus is in a great spot here, trying to go for the trigger discipline, but sees nobody else following behind Subroza, so he's forced to shoot, and then Hazed goes for the double trade. So Hazed by himself gets the first kill, 2 entries into the site. Now a spike plan for TSM, where the last two guys, Corey and ZachaREEE, trying to move forward from the spawn. But look how passively it's played from TSM. They have a perfect pulse plant position. I wonder if the spike plant was a little bit planted a little bit too closer inside there, that might force their hand to be discovered when FaZe Clan goes for a fake defuse. But FaZe Clan decides instead to fall back and save their weapons.
And they're just gonna move quick towards long C, try and get some orb control and pick one off, and that's exactly what happens. Marved goes for the swing and quickly taken out by Wardell, who's got the op again.
So he continues to get punished, and at the beginning of the half two, I think he was like at a 1-6, 1-7. So TSM are doing a very good job to dispatch him early in the round, which allows them to get the pressure early into the map. That said, though, it's going to be Hazed with 2 more kills, as we do have an eco for FaZe. So 2 players remaining once again. They are looking to get some control towards the garage. It is going to be ZachaREEE. Actually, ZachaREEE has a Phantom, so I wonder if it was a buy that came in after all. I didn't look at the scoreboard, unfortunately. It missed my point when I was looking through, but Hazed with 1 HP is going to lead the charge to open up towards the A side instead. It's going to be an open site for sure, and it might be another round where the last 2 players might decide to save here.
Drone pops his ult, and the rest of the team is now moving towards C. You've got an ult coming in as well, as Omen pops it in the backside of sight. There is Rawkus on the site to contend with, and they're going to try and take that battle. Rawkus with a nice shot onto Subroza, but there's still a lot of bodies on the other side, and doesn't really have many opportunities. Now he has his ult available, but it's going to be awkward. He's trying to stop the spike plant, but as he goes for the swing, it doesn't come through. But unfortunately, the spike did go down, so that's the round. TSM can't keep the spike planter alive, and Wardell also dies in the end too. Teams often take a little bit more time as they suss out their options across the map, so I don't think they really lost any time, but it's not something you'd love to see. Regardless, here comes the push that comes through. The leer that leads them in is brutal as it ties in with the curveball. Drone and Subroza both finding the entries as Rawkus tries to stop the spike from planting, but he can't do enough damage.
Spike planted.
The Hunter's Fury not strong enough. And it's now a 2-on-5, and this is save scenario territory, and you can see exactly that occurring.
For the 3rd time. You can really see how FaZe seems to be struggling a little bit with their defensive positioning.
Oh, Corey getting aggressive, spotting Cutler. That's also the spike going down.
Yeah.
They have a line of sight on it, but realistically, position is not in a place where you can even do anything about that. So they have to back off. It's just an early kill. They can't do much else. I love the use of this dark cover from Marv. Throwing it down and taking advantage of the fact that they're down a player.
Removed.
Catches one off guard, has an opportunity to get one more, but Subroza's still in that position. They've got Marv still on the back line, but it's actually Subroza who's doing all the damage. for TSM and keeping them in even strengths. 2-on-2 as Subroza looks the wrong way at the wrong time. And it all falls onto this man. It's Wardell. He's got the op, and he's got the ult available as well. Now he can dodge the dart and get into position here with his op to try and catch one on the cross and then switch back to the knives if necessary. Wardell changing positions, knows where they're coming from, has to line up at least one of these, and now there's the knife switch. A little bit awkward, but it doesn't matter. Wardell hits the wall, gets back around the corner, re-peeks with the knives out, and a little bit of tactical crouching there at the end. TSM has taken their sweet time, and unfortunately, they're wandering into a trap. As there are 3 players on this A site, it's going to be a bloodbath.
And especially from that dart, that's good enough for them to get the position, but it's Drone that still gets the opening. It's traded off as they're holding their ground here for FaZe Clan. babybay looking back towards long. The spike has been dropped, unfortunately. A flank is happening at the same time, too, but Hazed stays alive and is able to get the headshot onto Marved.
A map like Haven, where there's so many avenues and opportunities, teams are really taking a lot of time to get out there. But this time around, TSM says, nope, never mind. We're going to run full bore into the C site, and we're going to try and take the battle to their doorstep. Marv is putting up a decent front on the defensive side, but Subroza is trying to equalize. Doesn't work out so well. Marv puffing up his chest and going big, but look at this. Wardell has actually already made it onto the A site, lurking as Jet with the op as he tries to get the spike out across. There's the ult being popped. They're looking for the position of Omen, who's made it into sewers, but Drone's just too quick with the shots. Despite being dropped down to 20 HP, it all comes down to Rawkus. It's a 1-on-2, and the self-heal being utilized by Drone puts him back to more manageable HP. They're going to have to make a mistake, and that's it. Wardell goes for a peek, and that costs them that man advantage. This shock dart could actually be huge, but no! Simultaneous kills, but the round is over. It doesn't matter.